On this channel, I've gone through a lot of things on the internet that have disturbed me in some kind of way. The Omegle cat lady, this thing, and many more have gotten under my skin while looking into them. Today's topic is no different. When looking into this, I slowly began to become more and more concerned for my privacy, seeing what happened to all these people and their search histories. Basically, on August 4th, 2006, AOL released a compressed text file containing 20 million search keywords. Now, what this means is that basically 20 million people had all their search histories leaked onto the internet. AOL deleted the search data on their site by August 7th, but not before it had been mirrored and distributed on the internet, meaning the damage was already done and people's private searches were leaked onto the internet. Most of the searches were, innocent stuff like cute dogs or memes. However, some searches were disturbing. At times, the searches appear to betray intimate emotions and personal dilemmas. Number 3505 asks about depression and medical leave, while number 72 types fear that spouse is contemplating cheating. There are thousands of sexual questions as well, along with searches such as child porno and how to kill oneself by natural gas. Mixed into all these searches are two users that stand out from the crowd for their almost illegal searches. User 927 and user 4417749 have stood out throughout time as the shining examples of this scandal, with one's browsing histories being nothing short of disturbing, and one as a case of how creepy this event really was. Today, let's take a glimpse into the search histories of user 927 and the AOL data leak of 2006. Our first user is nothing short of creepy. User 927, unlike many others who were involved in this event, is still not identified to this day. The loss of an identity mixed with the searches only make this case file more disturbing. Let's take a look at some of these searches. Obviously, there's a ton of searches made by user 927, so I'll only be noting some highlights. However, I'll leave an article in the description that has a list of every single thing this person has searched up to 2006. Most of the searches are just looking up videos or songs, but as we dive deeper, it only gets weirder. On March 3rd, user 927 looked up human mold. Not once, not twice, but 23 times. This was followed up by dog sex, and then looking up a whole lot more diseases. As we go down the searches, they look a lot more fetishy. Rape, forced rape porn, rape force porn, corpse bride, testicle festivals are only a few of the weird fetish type searches. Going down further, we begin to get into the illegal section of the searches. Hentai pedophilia, hentai child rape, incest.com are only scratching the surface of the disgusting things in his history. Beyond this, we begin to understand user 927 just a little more. It seems he suffers from some sort of skin disease that would cause him to start growing mold on his skin, as well as a disease for his dog called Mang. Now, being that both of these are a skin disease, it could just be another fetish of his. Little by little, we learn about user 927. We figure out he has an interest in anime through various searches for anime Yu Yu Hakusho, and even that he's gay. Now, these are all fine and dandy, but what really gets me is the next few searches. Maps, beauty and bestiality porn, child hentai games, virtual children, and sick child hentai. Now, in case you don't know, maps are minor attracted person, or in layman's term, a pedophile. On top of that, we see numerous searches for bestiality porn and the like. Now, from the outside looking in, this may just seem like an edgy teenager hoping that looking up this stuff would make him cooler. However, in my opinion, through some of the searches, I would say that he's on his way or already is a pedophile. Based on the searches, virtual kitties and sick child hentai, I can only assume that user 927 is highly interested or already grooming minors. Now, back to what I said earlier. I mentioned that to this day, user 927 still hasn't been identified. Well, on r/confessions, a throwaway account claims to be the famed user 927, not a troll post. Hello Reddit, I didn't want to post this, but I'm pretty sure I'm the infamous user 927. When I say pretty sure, I mean this happened when I was 9 years old. I searched for very fucked up things. Not even kidding you, as weird as it is for a 9-year-old to look up such things as I did. My family and I, had a very outdated computer with AOL. I'm sorry. The fucked up things I looked for at the time was mostly out of sheer curiosity. You can also see some very sensitive things, like sexuality. I've come out of the closet in 2015, so yeah, to those wondering, I am a female. I'm not a pedo, I'm not into animals. I have a 28-year-old girlfriend, and I broke up with my ex because he was 6 months younger than me. If anything, I like older people, not younger even by a year. I'm not into animals, but still, BDSM. I promise you, I'm not. I was just a fucked up kid. The credibility behind this post is little to none, with the user posting no proof to prove his identity at all, so take this with a grain of salt. Identity, however, is what leads us to our next case, Therma Arnold. Therma was an old woman who was mortified to see that all her searches were put onto the internet for everyone to see. Now, unlike user 927, whose identity couldn't be discovered, there are plenty of people who did indeed have their identity revealed. Among those is user 4417749, commonly known as Therma Arnold. This 62-year-old widow from Lowburn, Georgia, was similar to user 927 as she had a plethora of searches that were nothing short of weird. Therma conducted hundreds of searches over a 3-month period of time, on topics ranging from numb fingers to 60 single men to dog that urinates on everything. However, as weird as these searches are, it's not as dodgy as the shit user 927 searched, but still disturbing nonetheless. What I saw to be disturbing about Therma's case is how shocked she was to hear that her entire life was basically put on display onto the internet. Her case really goes to show that anything you search can be publicized at any time. When asked to discuss her searches with a reporter from the New York Times, Therma said she was shocked to hear that AOL had saved and published 3 months worth of her searches. "My goodness, it's my whole personal life," she said. "I had no idea somebody was looking over my shoulder." At first glance, it might appear that Miss Arnold fears she is suffering from a wide range of ailments. Her search history includes hand tremors, nicotine effects on the body, dry mouth, and bipolar, but in an interview, Miss Arnold said she routinely researched medical conditions for her friends to calm their anxieties. Explaining her queries about nicotine, for example, she said, "I have a friend who needs to quit smoking, and I want to help her do it." Now, what makes Therma's case disturbing isn't the searches herself. While they were a little bit on the questionable side, they weren't exactly illegal as user 927. What made her case disturbing was the fact that she was so scared and mortified that everything she had put on the internet was, on display. Everything she's ever searched, everything she's ever looked up is now there for everyone to see, and I think it really puts this entire event into retrospect. It made me think that everything I searched before, everything I've ever looked up has been logged into a thing, and with one click, all of that can be uploaded onto the internet, but hopefully that doesn't happen. The AOL data leak was an event in internet history that's nothing short of creepy. Not creepy as in something meant to scare you, more scary in the fact that people had their entire lives put out to the public because one text file accidentally got out. It's no shock that some of us have our weird side, and to have all of our dirty secrets exposed to the world is insanely scary to think about. However, as bad as this is, it also shows some positive effect. It's with data leaks like this that we finally begin to talk about this and have a conversation about companies manipulating our data. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, I'm sure you'll enjoy the one I made on the insane Reddit user u/cabinfever. But besides that, I'm out. See ya.